All right, let's learn about some arpeggios. I like to do these arpeggios diatonically so that we can scoot the whole system around later. So the first thing I would do is I would map out A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. I would just do it in A minor, C major. I'm just doing all the natural notes. From there, I would map out root, third, fifth, seventh, and then the tonic again. At first, I would just go ascending so that I can keep that in order. And then I'd move up to the next letter, which is B, and I'm basically able to run the be careful system. Be careful C, skip to D, on the next string, E, be careful F, skip to G, on the next string, A, skip to B, careful C. So that winds up being B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B. And then to arpeggiate that, I'm going to do the root third. In this case, the flattened fifth note. And that's where you get your half diminished chord. Now I'm going to go to the next letter. Be careful C. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. And if you have your notes chart handy, that'll be helpful. Then I'm going to arpeggiate it. Root, third, fifth, seventh, octave. Now, I did A, I did B, I did C. I could go up here for D, but I'm kind of running out of room on my guitar, so I'm going to switch strings. I'm going to do the same thing. D, E, F, G, A, skip to B. That's where I get to do a -2 stretch pattern. So D, E, F, G, A, B, C, skip to D. And by the way, this is your Dorian mode. A to A is Aeolian. B to B is called Locrian. C to C is called Ionian. D to D is called Dorian. And then when I run the Be Careful system on from E to E, I'm going to come up with E, Be Careful F, G, A, skip to B, careful C, D, E. And that is your Phrygian mode. I'm going to arpeggiate that, which is the root, third, fifth, minor seventh in this case. So when you do the arpeggio, sometimes they wind up being the same. A is the same as D, is the same as E. Because the notes that are special, that make them modal, are not the root, third, fifth, or seventh. So it winds up not mattering. But here, on F to F, aka our Lydian mode, I'm going to go F, G, A, B. So this has a sharpened fourth scale degree. Now we don't have a fourth in the arpeggio, so we won't have to worry about that. But this is one of my favorite modes. It's called Lydian. So it has that nice tritone in there that we can work into our chord progression. And lastly, we have G to G. And that yields our Mixolydian mode. So I'm going to go G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And when I arpeggiate that, root, third, fifth, minor seventh, that's where we get all of our, that's what we're going to use for our 5 chord. So from the top, we've got A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. And when we switch keys, right now we're in the key of A minor. If I was in the key of A flat minor, it's all the same incrementation. So it's a really good idea to kind of really focus on C major, A minor. That way you can use the natural notes if you have a notes chart handy. That way you can use the be careful system if you don't have a notes chart handy. And at some point or another, there's no substitute for just thinking your way through the fretboard like this. So, one way that you might possibly use this once you have it all put together. Starting on C, this is going to represent my major chords. So if I'm in a major key, this is my 1 chord. This is my 4 chord, just directly on the next string, same shape. Now my 5 chord, it's going to be a whole step above my 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to find 5 here, always. And I'm going to use the Mixolydian mode to make that sound appropriate. I hope I didn't throw too much in one video, and let me know how that all goes.